a conversation with people who are in related topics or related fields to them. Um, there's a lot of benefit to that, and it really gets your name out there. It can introduce you to people that you might not have otherwise met. But there are some pitfalls and some things that you want to make sure that you try to avoid doing. So when you're leaving comments, one of the most important things that you can do is to really be sincere. If you, every post you go to, you say, that's a cute photo, that's a cute photo, that's a cute photo. It's gonna bleed through. People are gonna be able to see that you're just doing it to try to market, ultimately back market yourself. Where instead, if you can say, hey, I think that I've been to the location in that photo, as opposed to it's just cute, or where was that? And really show that you paid attention to what's going on, engage them, ask them questions, or point out common interests that you saw in the post or the website. You're going to get a lot further with that. Furthermore, if you're not connecting with a certain post or a certain website, feel free to move on. There is no reason that if something isn't inspiring more than that's a cute photo or
LOL.
Right. One you'll hear a lot around your social media realm.
If that's all you got, just move on.
Right. And you can do that either within the blog. You can move on to their next post, see if you connect there, or you can go to another blog. Like the fact of the matter is, you don't like everybody in real life. You're not going to like everybody on the internet, you know. And if you're not feeling a connection, if you're not really building that relationship from the get-go, you know, you can feel free to move on to a new blog, find somebody else that you really think that you can build a relationship with.
Now we're going to head on to Facebook. If you hadn't heard this before, I'm really sorry to have to be the one to tell you this, but much like how Google has its algorithm to rank search engine search results, Facebook has its own algorithm, and not every single update that you post to your fan page is going to be shown to every single fan that you have. So, how Facebook determines what updates are going to show to which of your fans comes down to the edge rank. And basically, you want, the higher the number is better when it comes to edge rank. So edge rank is made up of affinity, weight, and time decay. Affinity would be your relationship with that page. If I will visit her personal fan page for her personal blog a lot more frequently than, maybe there's some other page that I heard about a product and I stopped by one time and I clicked like and I haven't been to since. So in that situation, that would be a very low affinity. For weight, that has to do with the type of update. Photos and videos are heavily favored in the Facebook timeline. So they're going to get the most weight, with likes being the least weight. And then time decay is, as it sounds, the older something is, the less likely of a chance it's going to be shown. One interesting note, if you do even just have a regular status update, no links, no photos, nothing else, just all words, if you start to generate a lot of engagement where you're getting a lot of people responding and you respond to those comments and you get people coming by, you're getting likes, you can actually increase its weight once it's been on that timeline. And I've even seen in my own personal fan page, the impressions, which you get an impressions count, which means how many times that update is shown. It takes about at least 12 hours since that update was posted before you get an impressions count on your fan page, and only you as the administrator can see that. But I've had situations where there's been something that I touched on that created a lot of responses, and those impressions tripled the number of people who are actually fans of my fan page. If you want an idea of what your edge rank for your fan page might be, edgerankchecker.com is a great site. It's free. They do have a paid option if you want additional analytics, but you can look by day, by week, by month, and they'll give you a score as to what the edge rank is for your fan page.
So there are some ways to increase your edge rank. As was stated earlier, the higher your edge rank, the better off, the more likely your fans are to see the statuses and the status updates that are coming from your fan page. So some ways to increase your edge rank include posting photos and videos. Most of us are visual learners. We like to be able to not just hear about something, but to also see something. So, for instance, those of you who have had some ice cream from Frostbite can say, hey, I just had this great ice cream, and post a photo of it. And you can link to the Frostbook website, Facebook page, which you'll see is another great way to actually increase the likelihood that people are going to see what you're saying. So by me saying, hey, I really liked this ice cream, and tagging their page, it's going to show up on both my page and their page. And by doing that, you're increasing the number of people that are seeing what you're saying, and the likelihood that they're going to come over and maybe check out your site as well. So really cross-promoting and being able to tag back and forth can help both in terms of total fans, but also in terms of the possibility of your words being seen. Another thing that I jumped over a little bit, a great way to get engagement is to pose questions. And one of the earlier speakers mentioned this as well. I'm not sure who all was here, but to actually sit down and say, you know, how was your day today, as opposed to just being like, it's Friday, I'm happy. Ask people questions. They like to be able to talk about themselves. That's why a lot of people are on social media. They like to talk about themselves. So get those questions that are easy to answer, make them brief, and also make it something that people can easily fill in the answer. It shouldn't be a quiz. We don't want to see necessarily that people feel like they have to think about it too much, but how was your day? What's your favorite book that you've read recently? Things like that can easily generate a lot of engagement. That said, you want to make sure that you're trying to limit the number of posts that you're making a day. Facebook isn't Twitter. Twitter will hold a really high volume of tweets, and people are okay with that because it's a very fast-moving platform. Facebook, on the other hand, people might check in once a day. They're not reading a stream all day. It's more of a touch point for them. And as a result, you want to look at 2 or 3 updates a day. You can experiment with times to see what times work best for your audience. Maybe it's first thing in the morning before people have gone to work, or maybe they're checking last thing before they go to bed. But you want to have an idea of what times work best for you, and then that's when you want to post. You want to really optimize that. Because otherwise you're going to start to lose people's interest because they're going to go through their Facebook stream and they're going to see you, and somebody else, and you, and you, and you. And they're going to get frustrated. I'm sure you've all heard the complaints about the games where all you get are game updates. It's the same kind of idea. You don't want to be just talking about yourself all the time. Give them an opportunity to talk back. And then looking at hot topics, and even posing questions about hot topics is a really great way to build engagement. So something that's celebrity related or in the news recently, or celebrity news, whatever, is a great way to pull people in and say, hey, I just heard about this, what do you think?